Yes, I think we have really achieved a lot. We have really achieved a lot because putting this note together and contributing to it has been a very wonderful experience and something that is encouraging because most of the organization they usually fail to put whatever they are doing into the paper or into a document that can be shared to different for different purposes. But this is what we have been able to do. We have been able to achieve it, and this has been a wonderful effort from our side. So we have been able to have the title. We have been able to have what we do. We have been able to have our vision, our mission. We have been able to define our finances. We have been able to have the opportunities. We have been able to have our slogan. We have been able to have motto, the structure, and we have been able to have this activity scoring. Then we have been able to have the SDG focus, which are the priorities. Then we are on this session of rules and legal name. Then we have product and services. These are the critical ones that they want to look into today. And I think I should stop this very music. I think a lot of things, but on the rules, we have not talked about it. The product and services, we have not talked about it. And the hosting and secretariat, we have not talked about it. The legal name, we have not talked about it. The key performance indicators, we have not talked about it. So this is what we want to actually focus on today. And yes, let me bring it back. Let me bring it up like the normal document I want to focus on. So product and services. Actually, we have been able to say one or two things about our products, capacity building training programs, and the platform that we wanted to use. Actually, when I assess that very platform, the platform is not suitable because it's going to drain us more. It's going to drain us more resources than expected. And for me, I'm not sure if that is sustainable for us to actually explore. So we are going to design our own programs, our own training programs. We are going to design it, and we are going to use platform that is favorable to us to actually launch it. Then we have the skill tailor courses. We are going to do that with our members that are scholars that have the skills that they want to train people on. Then we are going to look at thematic book for publication, and that is what we have started. The Sustainability Beyond Words publication is actually what we want to use all the profile for. Members are going to be having our books for free. Members are going to be having our books for free, or it's going to be put up on different platforms for people to buy and also to make accessible to the public, to the global public. That is what we are going to do when it comes to that very aspect. So those are the part of the strategies we want to put in place for what we do differently on our platform. So apart from that, we are going to also look at the aspect of we are going to look at the aspect of the innovative solution. We have so many people that are working on different solutions that they have been talking about it. So we are going to take it up to actually replicate it in other countries. Then we are going to look at the professional consultancy. Some of our members are professionals and experts in one way or the other. I'm going to look at how we can showcase them, also let them have the benefits of what they have labored for. So those are the things around the product and services. Then the hosting and secretariat. We're actually planning to have offices in different regions. Africa, we have office. Asia, we have its own office. Europe, we have its own office. North America, we have its own office. And Middle East, we have its own office. What we mean by this is that if we have a partner in Nigeria that is a member of the GSLSN, we are going to host GSLSN in that very office. Like this our partner from Thailand. This our partner from Thailand. So we are expecting that after we have discussed and she has agreed, whatever facility that she is using for her company, so we are going to have it as our office of a GSLSN. And whenever we put up a kind of a communication, or whenever we put up a kind of a document, we can refer to that office as a office of a GSLSN. But of course, it is hosted by that very particular organization. So that is what we want to operate with, and we are going to discuss it with the people that are concerned, so that they can have their agreements or their observations on it. Then key performances. Key performances is very, very important. How do we measure that we are actually making progress? How do we measure it? The number of enrollment, how many people are joining, the programs, the sessions, and also the activities, and the communities, how many people are joining. Then the number of support offered, how many people has the network been able to offer a support of networking, a support of funding, a support of a grant, a support of knowledge sharing, a support of different kind of support. So we are going to be mentioning that, between the January and now, we have had some of our members that gained admission due to our efforts, and also we have had some of them that are in one way or the other be on one project or the other, and some have access to other community members in different countries. So these are the kind of the support that we actually are looking forward to. Then increase in understanding. We have seen testimony that the people say that, oh, what I believe about this concept was different before, but because an expert, I've been able to listen to what an expert is saying, I think I understand it better now. So these are the understanding, knowledge increase that we are going to measure. An increase in competency. Some of us, we want to do something, we want to enhance our skill, we want to do something with what we know or something like that, but we don't really have the clue about how to go about it. For example, some people are of the dream that, oh, I want to be presenting in seminars, I want to be presenting in the conferences, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they don't know how to go about it. So by the time maybe we let people be trained to acquire the skill and they were able to do things on themselves or on their own, that is the competency that we're actually looking forward to. Then number of innovation developed. Yes, what are the solutions that have been developed from our members? So we want to be measuring it. Oh, Mr. Wanjusi is working on climate education. Mrs. Fatomi is working on the entrepreneurship solution. Professor Ajayi is working on the agricultural solution. So we want to be measuring those kind of they develop innovations and to add up to the record. Then networking opportunities. And so we want to measure our collaboration scale. How many people have we been able to facilitate their collaboration? So this is going to be what we are going to be measuring to measure our progress. Have we been able to facilitate how Mr. Wanjusi can connect and work with Professor Ajayi? If we have been able to do that successfully, then we have made progress. Have we been able to connect Professor Yusuf to Professor Ajayi to do something and work together and facilitate a solution. If you have been able to do that, that is a collaboration, will be counted as our own record. Have we been able to connect Mr. Wanjuzi, Mr. Yuen in the USA to work on a key that can facilitate climate education? If we have been able to do that, those are the things we want to be measuring under collaboration. Then increase in community impacts. How many people have benefited in what we are doing? Mr. Wajusi can give us an overview of it. Oh, in what we have been able to do, 50 people in the community in AYZ has been able to benefit from it. In what we are doing in the Kano, Mrs. Fatome can give us that, people have been able to benefit, 100 people, 20 people have been able to benefit. So that is how we want to measure the impact. Then number of active, growing, and successful members. You know, these are things we are just doing unknowingly, but people are tapping into the successes. Like in Osun State University Conference, that is part of what this very network is actually doing. So these are the things that the growing and the successful members that we have been able to. So that is what we want to be counting as our performance indicator. Then amount of funding attracted for programs. You know, we are writing from time to time. We are writing proposals. We are writing grants. We just submitted another one this week, which is going to be completed today. We have another one coming up that is going to be completed by next week. We have another one that we must submit before the first week of September. So this is how we are having the amount of fund attracted. And by the time all these very grants are being approved, then we will be able to claim that the GSLSN has been able to facilitate the funding of a so amount. So that is what we want to count as our indicator. And like I said during the last session, we want to facilitate grants for members too. And that is where the ideas of the members that are actually the project committee comes in. So if you are doing anything, we can look at it and put a proposal together on your behalf and submit it to these very grantees or the grant, the funders, so that you'll be able to access funding for whatever you are doing. That is what we want to be counted as our own key performance indicator. Then rules. Rules are going to be like the knowledge sharing. That is the first rule. That is the first rule. Knowledge sharing is the first rule on this very platform. Respect for all is the second rule, which is our principle. Growing together, that's our priority. Professional thought, that is what we actually celebrate. No one's opinion is underrated. That is the sense of fairness and open to learning new things. That is the reason why we are here together. Nobody knows it all. Like Professor Yayi used to say, you must always learn one thing or the other. And I have seen so many of our members from a different part of the world borrowing from what we are actually doing to actually enhance what they are pushing in this space. I have seen a lot of them trying to borrow ideas from what we are doing, and that is very fantastic. That is that is open to new learning opportunities. Then all contributions are valued. Of course, all contributions are valued. That is our watchword. That's our principle. And amplifying the impact is the goal. Actually, whatever that any member is doing that is good, we want to amplify it. We want to let it be seen by the world. We want to replicate it in other parts of the world. Then towards a better world for all generations. That is the ultimate focus that we have, or the target that we have, towards a better world for all generations. So if our world is better, then it should be for all generations, whether the present generation or the future generation. So it is a better world that we are actually working towards for all. Then the legal name is going to have another special discussion because of the members that are concerned. The hosting secretariat, like I mentioned, and the legal name. The reason for this is that the Global Scholars and Leader Support Network is actually the name of the community. But when we wanted to register it in Nigeria, we had an issue that they didn't want to accept the global word in that very name. But when we have another name, another word as part of the name, we were proposing that, okay, we should use this very name also as what we can register if it's going to go down well with the legal office in any country. That is Sustainability Beyond Words Foundation. So, which means that whichever way we want to revert to the network, when we register it, we can say Global Scholars and Leaders Support Network, or where that one is not flying, then we can use Sustainability Beyond Words Foundation. So if we agree to these two legal names, then we can go ahead to try again to register for Nigerian wing as Sustainability Beyond Words Foundation. So we have tried the first one, it didn't work, but I hope that this second one is going to work because it is more or less very, it reflects what the first one actually named, and it may represent what we actually stand for. So these are the things that we have for the session today. And as usual, I will just open the mic for the members that are here to comment on one or two things. Then Professor Ajayi is going to give a final insight on it, and he's going to ban on everybody because that's the reason why we abide by. So thank you so much. This is the notes for today. The first part, because we still have some other part of it, but let us comment on this one for now. So I will start by Mrs. Fatomi. What is your thought about this? You remember how the leaders are said the leaders are going to be considering what the input of everybody is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But it's okay by me also. The legal name is it. The legal name is okay by me.
All right. All right. Thank you. Mrs. Fatomi, what do you think about everything that we have put up based on the explanation provided? Our mic is not even open. All right. All right. So let's go back to dear Prof. Prof. Sir, these are the things that we put together in that very on that very headings.
Yeah, thank you so very much, Dr. Sahid, and participants in the network. Are you hearing me? Because of network,
yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Let me try to locate and relocate and relocate. It's a serious matter.
We can see your movement.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, building a sustainable GSLSN, it's putting all this together is a lot of work. Let me say that some of us are privileged to have been working with Dr. Said, and that is an indication that we all have a role to play. I would have loved that other participants say something, but that's fine, no problem, no problem. Let me start by saying that the legal name is very important to me because our Nigerian Corporate Affairs Commission, where we are to be registered, they used to have a lot of issues and challenges, and one can understand with them. The question may be, why is Global Scholars and Leaders Support Network not working? I can say, going by my interaction with Corporate Affairs Commission, why is that name not acceptable? It's because of the recent experience in Nigeria. And what are the recent experiences? The insurgents. They will think that these people will be supported from global funds to sponsor anti-government activities and what have you. There is nothing anybody can say that will convince them because they are living their life in fear. So I make bold to say this, that is one of the reasons why they don't want anything international, anything global, anything worldwide, and they won't register that name. That's just what I know about them. Now, to sustainability beyond words foundation, that is quite wonderful. And there are two ways to be registered. And I want to assure you that at the board level, the one that will be registered will be the one that will portray what our intentions are. Some are registered like Leventis Foundation. Leventis Foundation is registered on limited, whatever guarantee. They call it LTGE, kind of limited, whatever guarantee. But for our own, I think we should be registered with this name, maybe not under limited guarantee, whatever. It's board of trustee that will be registered. And that name is not in any way reducing our global relevance. It's not in any way reducing our global feasibility. It's not in any way reducing our network. So that is the explanation I can give there, such that we need to pursue this name. Let it be submitted by our legal consultant and see how this is going to fly. I hope that since we do not have anything global, we are looking at sustainability and we are still ensuring that it is a foundation that is going to help scholars. It's a foundation that is going to be supportive to leaders. It's a foundation that is going to support upcoming ones and is going to be relevant to global and national development. That's what I can say about that one. Now, our products and services. Yes, this one is also, I think I can go on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. This one is also portraying what we agreed on. And I want to say that from my end here, and I think same is applicable to Professor Yusuf. This is all that we are poised to do. Capacity building, skill-tailored course and workshop, thematic book publication, thematic books publication. Are we looking at e-books and print and the likes? So, well, that's when we are looking for details. Innovative solution research development, professional consultancy with members. Yes. Professional consultancies. That one, we may look for another word apart from consultancies. Please, Dr. Adebisi, take note of that. Take note of that. I don't want any kind of consultancy. Maybe, I don't know. I'm short of word. I'm short of adequate word, but we can still brainstorm and look for something that we still mean consultancy, but it will not come out just in this way. The reason why I'm saying that is that as we are proposing to register a foundation, we will not be, our activities will not be taxable. The moment they see consultancy, the Nigerian Institute of Taxation may want to rope us into having the need to be taxed. That's my thinking, because whenever I consult for anywhere, they used to place a very huge tax on whatever is the outcome of the work. So that is the only thing I want to say about that. Then our hosting and secretariats. Yes, I'm very sure that we are going to have members that will be willing to host our secretariat in these places, because we already have members listed from this country. In Africa, we have Nigeria, have Kenya, we have several other nations. In Asia, we also have. In Europe, we also have. In North America, we also have. And in the Middle East, that's where we have a lot of our people that are registered. Now, key performance indicators. Oh yeah, these are fantastic. Let me congratulate our team for coming up with this. Number of enrollment, number of support offered, increase in understanding and knowledge, that is information sharing, competencies, that is the skill, innovation developed, innovative, number of innovation, number of projects, kind of, okay. Number of network opportunities, that is collaboration, increase in community impact, that's the feedback, number of activities growing and successful members, and then amount of fundings attracted for the program. Yes. These are fantastic key performance indicators. As much as we want to have increased number, all of these are what we ensure that we are still on track. And we are going to use these ones to monitor our activities and to do maybe a kind of annual or biannual evaluation of our activities, so that we know where we are doing well and where we need to do more. So these are my submissions. And I think everybody in attendance at this meeting, we agree with me that this is a job well done in our network, and I think we should all be proud of all this presentation. Thank you very much, Dr. Adebisi, and thank you everybody in attendance for giving me this opportunity to take the lead in discussing this session for the month of August. Thank you very much.
Discussing a particular focus that is relevant to the sustainability. So that's the reason why we put the thematic book publication there. And it is ebook and also printed something. And usually the platform that are available are taking care of both the print and also the ebook. So let's move to the next one. The next one is the next one is let me go to the next one is actually the profile that we are putting together, the profiling of members, because we want to understand what individuals can do and how we can actually feature them in different programs that we want to be floating. And that's the reason why we put up this very session. So it's going to have the name, the academic history, the expertise and area of interest, the work experience, the SDG of interest. Then on the network, what structure do you belong to? Do you fit in? What structure do you fit in? Then the products and services that you can handle, then also the relevant SDG activity in the past. Because this is going to tell the story that, are you really into sustainability? What are the activities that you have done in the past? Even if it is that you have presented a topic on it, or you have floated a project and you have implemented the project, or you are featured in a kind of a dialogue or activity or event or something related to it. And those are the things that under that very profiling. Then you are going to show the pictures, at least 10 of those activities. And I've been seeing wonderful submission. Like a Professor Yusuf sent her home over the night. And I saw the beautiful pictures of the event that she has actually led with the students in her college. And also, I think some lecture that she has delivered with the picture of the like a speaking picture, then the group picture of the team that he has actually facilitated, I think, in school or something like that. So these are the things that we are looking forward to. So these are the things that we are looking forward to. And because I don't want to make it look like activity based, that was why I used my own example of using a book that I published on my PhD diary something as an example, so that people will know that it is not really to be mandatorily activity. It can be anything, but it was related to sustainability. Teaching people something, and you must create a purpose for it, and also what impact it can make. So like a Noro, I know you may be in that very shoe, be thinking that what am I going to portray in my profile? What you are doing as a podcaster, you can make it a kind of activity, sustainability activity. So you just make it the purpose. You create the purpose for it. You create the impact that it has made for it, and you put the picture of a different banners. I think yes, different banners that you have actually worked on. The one you work on the environment, the one you work on I think youth something. So those are the ideas that you can borrow from, and also everybody can key into that very idea that what are you doing to actually keep sustainable. And even if you are not committing something in the public, it can be in your private life. Maybe this is how I am keeping my own waste that is not polluting the environment. You can take a picture of it, like okay, this is the kind of how I am actually doing it in my own space that is contributing to sustainability. So these are the ideas of what you can put together in your profile as relevant activity on SDGs. So I just explained on that. And I believe that we all understand that. And whenever we have finished it, so we should send it to me directly. Those of us that we connected on the WhatsApp, so send it to me directly. But for the people that are not having my WhatsApp number because of the guests around the world, so you can send it to that very email. I will receive it, and we are going to provide everybody. By next week, that is what we are going to deal with. We are going to be seeing beautiful profile of our members. Then we do the formal inauguration of the community next week, the formal inauguration of the leadership council, the formal inauguration of the advisory team. We do the formal inauguration of the project committees, because by now we have up to like 5 project committees. The project committee on education 1 proposal, project committee on education 2 proposal. We are preparing another one of the education project 3. So we are completing one today of the climate action project proposal 1. That is where we have Professor Ajayi. I contacted him during the week, and some other members. So we are adding the climate change biodiversity project proposal 1 this very week. And we have another one coming up, and that is a mega one that is going to drive what did Professor Harry call that thing? I think citizenship, something like that. So we are going to have that one. That is going to be massive because it's going to have almost everybody in that very thing. And that's the reason why we want to have this very profile completed this weekend, so that when we want to submit that very proposal, we are going to submit everything together, so that they will know that these are our members, these are what they are doing, these are their areas, these are their capacity. Because everything we are doing, like I said, it is not deliberate. It is when we get to a level that we need it, that we will call for it. So, and that's the reason why we are saying that some people may be cut out because of their responses and their dispositions. That why do they need my profile? Of course, it is a voluntary exercise. Well, when the time comes that people are being counted based on what they have committed, and your name is not there, so nobody is going to be blamed because we call for it and you didn't show up and you didn't respond, and so that is the fate of what is going to happen. Like the book, the sustainability beyond West book, we have had like a 10 submission now. Unfortunately, most of the people that we were even expecting to even submit have not submitted. So by the time we publish that very book and they don't see their names there, so it will be like, we used to be part of this, but our name is not there. So these are the small things that we are trying to let our people understand. In fact, about 3 people that have not even attended our session at all. I was telling Mrs. Patomi earlier, 3 people that have not attended our sessions at all. They have submitted for the book. They have submitted their profile. You can imagine. They have not attended that. In fact, they were not in any of the community, but they used to follow whatever activity we are sharing, whatever activity we are even posting on that very LinkedIn. They have submitted their profile. They have submitted the entry for the book. So you can see the level of commitment. So it is not by physical commitment, but at least by even be dutiful in whatever responses we are even calling ourselves to. So let us take note of it, please. And so I need comment on this before we move to the next one. And okay, let me show the sample. Let me show the sample before I come to this. So this is the sample because many people were actually asking for templates, and I was cracking my brain that how do I put template together? I did the templates. Many people are still asking for the editable format that they can use to actually make their own. So, and I have done that one also yesterday and shared it. So this is the template. This is how it's going to look like. We don't want it to be wordy. That is, people will be reading. And no, we just want it to be very, very concise. And this is an example, the academic history, the area of expertise, because this is how it's going to be presented. Then work experience, the most very relevant one and recent one. Then the SDG of interest. And this is where we are going to co-opt individual into the committees of their projects. And committees of a project doesn't have anything to do with a rank. It is only that the top rank people will be the leader. But when it comes to the implementation, everybody that aligns with that very goal is going to implement. For example, if it is education, the people that will lead the education will be the people that are in education as a professor. They will be leading it. But when it comes to the activities of, okay, let us go and collect data. Let us go and attend a workshop. Let us go and even analyze data. Let us go and so these are the things that the members at the new generation, next generation will be carrying out. And everything will have something to be taken for it. Stipend. So, but when we don't know which area of interest you are interested in, we won't know how to co-opt you into these very activities and how to actually capture everybody's interest. So that's the reason why that is very important. Then the GNS structure, which layer you belong to. So individual will know where I belong to and based on what I am doing. But if there's a mismatch, of course, we are going to correct that. That no, you are in the new generation, so you are in the next generation. This is what we can do. This is what you can do. This is what you can do. So we will surely do that to moderate something. But we want it to be like, let individuals submit their profile. Then the product and services, we have talked about that. What individual can do. Can you train people? Can you impart skill? Can you produce book? Do you have an idea of what you want to publish as a book? Do you have a project or research that you're actually carrying out? So then do you have expertise that you can lend to any people that actually want it? So everything will be yes or no under the product and services of the work. And if there are other ones that are not captured here, we are going to put it there. Like there is one that is there, but that is personal, but it is not I deliberately did not put it so that I can allow people to have what they want to put, and that is a website creation for different projects and different profiles. And that's what I did for the for my Green Hub project. So we want to do that actually as part of what the GSLSN will be rendering for members. We want to create website for members. We want to create a project website for members, like we have done that for that very the Green Hub NG project. That is what we want to take up during the next week so that people can be aware of it and they can also submit their entries for it. But we want to take it one step after the other. And like Professor Ajayi rightly said, we have loaded activities already that can even take us to the end of the next year. But we cannot jam pack everything together. We need to be taking it step by step, one after the others. Because as we are discussing, new ideas are emerging, new things are coming up. So, well, we want to be taking it one step after the other. Then, yes, this is example of the relevant SDG activities. So, for my own, I put my book as an example, the title of the book, then the objective of the book, then the outcome and impact that the book will serve, then the lesson that the publication is going to serve. So that's how we are going to craft it. The title of that very activity, the objective of that very activity, the outcome and impact of that very activity, then the lesson that people can draw from that very activity. Because what we want to achieve is that we want to inspire others. We want to inspire ourselves. We want to let our story be told, or what we are doing in sustainability. So that is the reason why we say that it is a sustainability beyond words. We want to be accountable to ourselves. We want to be accountable to the society. What are we doing? And that's where this very one comes in. That is very, very important. So we don't want to know whether you are somebody or something. No, let's know what your activities are that is contributing to sustainability at different levels, individual level, at community level, at group level, at different levels. So that is the reason why this is very important. Then the last one is going to be the picture. Okay, you have told us that this is those are your activities. Well, where are the evidences? So the evidences are what is going to showcase that, oh, this is the confirmation that this very person. And like I told you, the entries that we have received are very wonderful. People are showing where they are facilitating others, where they are talking as a group about where they are even presenting a topic in a gathering. And these are the ideas of something. And this is how we can inspire ourselves. This is how we can inspire the community and inspire others. Because whatever we are doing that cannot minister to others, then we have not done anything. So that is where we are heading to. So that is how we conclude the focus for the session today. And yes, let's have your comments on this. Then we move to the last session. Then we wrap up for today. Because we want to wrap up everything that has to do with building a sustainable GSLSN today. And that's the reason why we have been able to put everything together and complete it today. Then we are going to cap it with the celebration of our members and formal inauguration next week. Yes, let's have the comments now from members that are here. Latifa, they listen to this very second session.
Yeah, this is a very good one, sir, and this will even help a lot of us, especially I saw something about the product and services. Number 2, skill tailored courses and workshop. And I think this portray what the question I asked the last time I attended the section. And this is, I'm very sorry if this place is noisy, sir. So, and this is something I really appreciate, that, sir. Thank you so much for all the efforts that you put into this. This is very, very helping, and this is very good, sir. And I wanted to ask some question about, after, like, you asked us to profile our membership, like to submit our membership profile, sir. Then I wanted to ask something about the product and services. For example, personally, am I going to choose like one of these number 1 to number 5, like for me to attend or for me to offer? I need to be clear about that aspect, sir. The product and
Offer.
services.
It will be
Like,
what you can offer.
Am I the one to offer or to yeah, number profiling about the products and services?
Yes, it is what you can offer. And of course, when we look at your profile from the beginning, we will know, we are going to check whether what you are saying is actually correct or not. And even if you don't put it there, we are going to automatically switch it off. If we have seen your profile, we have seen your history, we have seen your everything. So automatically, we are going to profile you for any of these. Like somebody like that is having expertise, for example, in digital marketing, and that has been working in the digital space for quite a while. So we believe that that very person that must have been able to acquire some level of experience, and the person is not clear about this verification and now say no. So we are going to switch it on to say no, you can do capacity building. Then yes, okay, you can create, and because at times you may not even know that you can do something, but that's the reason why we make the sequential logical arrangement of that very profiling, so that what you can do, we will know. What you cannot do, we will know. So there is no way you can escape. You can put a wrong information. So we are going to reassess the profiling and put each and every one into what is actually fitted. Like somebody that is just graduating and is now submitting a profile under Global Leadership Council, and he said yes. By the time we see what the history is, what the record is, we just switch it to no. We just switch it to know that no, you have made a wrong something here. So we are profiled it in a way that you cannot miss the step. We are going to reorganize what you have put together. But at least you will submit the raw for us to actually make assessment on. Yes, Prof. Sir. Prof. Sir, you have the floor now, sir.
Thank you very much. I guess you can hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you very properly.
Yeah, thank you, the person that just spoke. I think Nora. Is it Nora?
Yes, it was Nora.
Is that Nora? Yeah.
Yes, Nora.
I appreciate your comment in respect of products and services of interest. This network is so fantastic that it has a place for everybody. Let it just be an entrepreneur. Just tell us you are an entrepreneur. Just tell us, I now build garments. Just tell us, I now make a cage for birds. Just tell us, what I do now is I now weave ashoke. I'm just using all those as examples. One may begin to think of what relevance is this to sustainability. Sustainable Development Goals has poverty alleviation, poverty reduction, zero hunger. It's not just anybody that is in environment that is most relevant. In fact, those people that are entrepreneurs, they are equally very relevant. I want to begin to see in the profiles of our people somebody that is committed to collecting plastic bottles, somebody that is dedicated or committed to collecting nylon, pure water nylon, all around. I want to begin to see profile of somebody that is promoting tree planting. I want to see the profile of somebody that is telling secondary school children and people that how to keep their environments clean. I want to see somebody discussing with people in the neighborhood how to ensure that we do not stock the waterway with debris, proper waste disposal, and so forth. And if anybody just says that I'm not relevant, I'm just only ensuring that people in my neighborhood, they properly keep their waste. Oh, you are a right member of Sustainable Development Group, our network. Somebody that is building garments, waste garments, I mean, the cut off, all these cut and the likes. If such a person is attending their meeting, their monthly meeting, if there is any, or their group, or even a vulcanizer that is promoting proper disposal of waste or used tires. So I think with this little explanation, somebody that is in woodworking, taking good care of the wood shavings and the likes for proper reuse or use, or somebody that is thinking already on how to make some wealth from waste, talking to people in groups, starting from 2 or 3 people, telling them how to take care of the environment, telling them how to get out of poverty, telling them how to properly do things. I think such a person is very relevant. So, Nora, I want to assure you that no matter how you package your profile, there is a place for you in our network. And that place, if you have any serious challenge of any kind, it doesn't matter what level of academic one has attained. In fact, I begin to see that a farmer can show interest. In the developed world, people are not clamoring for university education. They are clamoring for certification. They are clamoring for skill. What can you bring on the table? I attended an interview, a global interview, very competitive. I was chosen. Professor Adebisi knows quite well. That was where I went for my leave as a visiting professor. They were not even bothered about the lot of degrees that I have piled up. All they asked was, what are you bringing to the table? And I was able to convince them that I'm coming with my knowledge. And fortunately for me, I was able to publish the only book on their country in my area of specialization. And that book is now being celebrated here and there in the nation. So let me assure you that don't say because we have some leaders that you see high up there. For me, I don't see myself any high up. I see myself as learning from you, Nora. I'm learning from you. And that is me. And Dr. Said can testify to that. I'm learning from you. And I want to learn the more. So congratulations. And please complete the profile. Submit as requested before the end of this week, which is tomorrow. Which I think 12 midnight today. Submit and see what wonders Dr. Said and others will be able to harvest and present. And you will even begin to see yourself that you didn't know that you have so much at the end of the day. Because the problem we have in Nigeria is that many of us don't know how well to market ourselves. We don't know. And that's our problem. We don't even know how to prepare CV. It has started raining here again. And I hope my network is not off already. Thank you, Dr. Said. And thank you, Nora.
I can hear you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Very note, I want to open mic of Waida to talk to the community, experience with the new endeavor in the University of Ibadan. She reached out to me, I think, early this month that she has been admitted into the University of Ibadan. luckily, with the reference of whom I asked her to go and meet. And I don't know, how has it been experienced, Miss Waida?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
About like genetics, plant genetics.
So what I'm asking particularly is that finding yourself in the environment of the UI and giving the cause that you are actually dreaming of, and even having the opportunity to be working with the global scholars, because I know Professor Balogun is a global scholar of repute. How do you
Okay.
feel about that? How do you feel about all those experiences?
I feel good and I feel like honored. I think she went for one conference about yam propagation. I was like, okay, I want to go into this aspect too. Like I mean did I put like the word ginger, like motivating, yeah, she's motivating like as a woman. I think she's the only like female professor in the department for now. Like so she set a very high standard.
And are you seeing yourself next to her in few years to come?
By God grace, sir.
And how much effort are you willing to put into that?
A lot. Whatever
A
it
lot.
take. Yes.
Yeah. On behalf of everybody, we congratulate you, and we just want to say that this is the beginning of it, and you must take it very, very seriously. Don't look
Thank you.
at what the inadequacies are. You own it. You own it as your lifestyle. Yeah, Prof. Yes, sir. You want to talk to Waida? You want to talk to Waida? Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I think today is just I'm highly excited today that we are having all these wonderful young scholars to talk to. Why that?
Sir,
Congratulations, sincerely.
thank you.
I am happy hearing all this your presentation. One thing that I advise is remain focused.
Thank you.
Don't pipe low. In this network and working with the only female professor in the department and in that field, don't look for very comfort zone. Move out of your comfort zone. Don't look for the ones that are easy. And that was what actually helped me. That was what actually helped me, going by my experience. When I was choosing the area to go, many of my colleagues said, that's an area where it is difficult to get published. Fortunately, that area alone has really launched me. And we have our few number all over the country now. Since I come back after my leave, I've been assessing professors in that area. And even before the close of today, I still have to examine, I have to consider a PhD thesis and examine a thesis at University of KwaZulu-Natal. All of these are wonderful things that can happen when somebody chooses an area where there are not many people, like you have chosen now. Like Dr. Said said, please be encouraged and remain focused. You will
Thank you.
definitely get there. In a
Thank you.
couple of years, we want to see you as the second female professor in that field,
Amen.
such that when Professor Balogun is retired, you will just take her position, and you will also be celebrated.
Thank you so
For
much.
that, congratulations, and
Thank
keep
you.
moving on, keep pushing on, be dedicated, be committed. Don't look at academics is not commanding enough money now. Don't worry. We shall soon get there, and
Thank you so
everything will be fine.
Amen.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, our dear Professor. And let me tell you a secret. One of our members joined, I think, 3 weeks ago. The first time that very lady joined from the LinkedIn, and I welcome her and I told her. In fact, my spirit were actually resonating to tell her that don't miss any of our sessions. Don't miss any of our sessions. And you know that after that very session that very lady attended, she has not attended anyone. Now, what now happened was this. I was called upon to actually develop a proposal with a Professor Kola Olusanya in my university. And they were looking for somebody to put on that very proposal. You see, this is something that you don't even know what they want to do, but they just want to feed you opportunity. And I remember that this very lady, her field of expertise is relevant to what we are trying to do. And the professor actually adopted her to be part of that very proposal. Proposal of 49 million naira. Proposal of 49 million naira. And for you as a scholar, if you are on a proposal of any grant, it is a plus for you, even if you want to get job, even if you want to provide yourself. Unfortunately, this lady didn't come again. And I was wondering what happened to this very lady. Until yesterday, when Professor wanted to submit, I said, I've not seen this lady, and I don't know anything update about her. Then the professor said that it is because of you that I have put her name there before. Please remove it. That was how we remove her name. So when we were saying that the commitment and don't miss session and be up to date about the activities of the network, we understood very well what can happen. And that's the reason why whenever we put out information, please don't look at this as ordinary message, as ordinary note, or as a ordinary. We have something that is related very critically to that very message. And especially when I don't post it just once, when I am repeatedly posting it, it shows that there is something that is very critical, that is very important associated to that very particular post. So please, I want to implore everybody, let us be very smart and let us be very, very consistent in what we are doing. You might not know, the next door that you are standing close to may be your fortune for life. But if you don't knock it, it will remain closed forever. And those are the things that, for me, I don't take lightly. From the day that I had connection with a Professor Ajayi, all the time, I will knock on his door. Prof, please, Prof. Even if it's ordinary greeting and shout out, but look at what we are doing together today. So for me, this I will call a take away from this very session, as we are congratulating Wahidat and also congratulating Fatomi Azista, because we have rated the breakthrough of Fatomi Azizat as well, when she was actually adopted and welcome back to our department far in the ABU's area, or Sokoto. Is it ABU's area or Sokoto? Fatomi, is it ABU's area or Sokoto? Remind me that very domain of yours.
Bayero University, sir.
Okay, Bayero University, Kano. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we look forward to that very admission and also a very great thing. This is what we want to be encouraging. Don't let anything life disturb you. Marriage is part of life, but don't let it disturb your growth. Childbearing or maternity is part of life. Don't let it disturb your growth. Anything, don't let it disturb your growth. Your growth is your growth. Own it, and all is going to be come out the best. So, having said that, we are going to be concluding today's session by looking at our countries. We have so many countries now represented on this very network, and we might not know where the opportunity will come from and who they will be seeking for. And that's the reason why we are saying that we should always be consistent about the community. Let us follow the information. Let us follow the updates and the rest like that. And just 2 weeks ago, somebody connected to me from Germany. And when I checked the profile of that very person, it happened to be one of the financial officers of the scholarship, the largest scholarship in the world. The person was telling me that how can we help GSLSN? As I said, we are preparing our document. When the brochure is ready, we are going to share it and we are going to discuss about it. These are the things. But these are the things that I cannot discuss ordinarily, except with the members and within the community. So let's take everything serious. We are getting there, and we might not know when that very opportunity is going to beckon on us or to have a response. So these are the faces of the people. You know, some of us that we are very consistent, we have seen their faces before, featuring on our platform. Then this is our people. I think some of us are there as well. So this is the story for today and the end of the session for today. So let us have one or two comments, then we'll wrap up the session for today. One or two comments. Who have something to say before we close the session for today? Who has something to say? Who has something to say? Any comments that we want to say before we close the session for today?
Closing remark.
Yes, exactly.
I guess. Thank you so very much. Today's session has always been rewarding as ever, as always. And what makes it unique today is that we are able to go through comprehensively most of the things that we have in the making. And I want to assure you that every of the contribution is being noted and will be taken care of, especially behind the scene. And let me tell you also that there is nothing behind the scene that will not be made public in the process of our registration. And also, every of the other thing that we have agreed to do, that is one beautiful thing about the network, that we bring everything to the public and we agree to do it. So I want to encourage everybody to submit our profile and let our profile document be ready in a short while. We already have invitation. We already have, consultation. People are trying to join our network. People are trying to bring our network into their series of activities, like the secretary of Humboldt Foundation that tasked Dr. Sahid, what can we do for GSLSN? And, he will not be able to just say, this is what you can do, except they see our profiles. So let us support the network by surrendering our profile. And also, let us believe in what we are doing. Even if we already have a course we are pursuing, but let us also believe in the course so that we will safely arrive at achieving our goals. Thank you, Dr. Sahid Adebisi, for hosting today's interaction again.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Professor Ajayi. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
So until the next week that we are going to be celebrating our community and inaugurating different layers of the community, I want to say a very big thank you to Professor Ajayi and everybody that has been able to feature on today's session. Thank you so much. And yes, this is how we close the deliberation on the sustainability, building a sustainable GSLSN notes. And that is a very good one for all of us. And we congratulate ourselves. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much. And bye-bye for now.